Hey guys, welcome back to some more Sonic Heroes. Time to move into the Frog Force. This time with the robot. Maybe he won't shoot the frog if we're lucky.
I mean, don't tempt him though. I know you wanted to a long time ago.
Oh, that's a different case. Wanted to shoot the cat. Because he's Big the Cat.
And that's reason. So
Yeah. You know, this is such a. I think I mentioned this when we were doing. Oh my gosh, what the heck? You clip him right through the rail there.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. Sometimes you just phase through rails in this game. And that's why being the flight character really does help.
So you still think that the GameCube version is the best version of this game?
Yeah, it is definitely considered by most fans of this to be the best version.
I mean, look how Xbox is running it.
This is probably run a little bit better on actual Xbox, because keep that in mind, we are playing this through 360.
Yeah, 360 emulator. So
Oh my god.
it's not a very fair judgment.
Yeah, because the 360 backwards compatibility was very hit or miss for original Xbox games. Because some ran okay and some barely worked at all.
Games that ran okay were like the original Fable. Fable was pretty good.
I think same for like the original Halo and Halo 2, because that was also on the program.
Yeah.
But then once they released like the anniversary edition on 360, then you just played that version instead. That ran better.
Yeah, because why not? If you wanted to play the original Halo on the anniversary collection, all you have to do is push the like button. That is still like the best feature in any remake I've ever seen. It's like just being able to hit a button and you go back to the old if you wanted to.
The only game I've seen that's done something similar nowadays is the Switch version of Dragon Quest XI, since it has that 3D gameplay and the overhead 2D gameplay mode.
Yeah, and then you can play it in 2D. Yeah, I do like that. I like when they do that because that's obviously you didn't have to do this, but you did it anyways. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it shows it's more of a labor of love at that point.
Which, you know, makes me wonder too, like, if Sonic Adventure ever gets remade, like, with modern day graphics and all that other stuff, I'd like to see that. I know it's not pipe dream, and, you know, most games don't do that nowadays when they do remakes, but that's always a feature. So I hope that they do something like that.
I think the bigger question, if they did something like that, is would they kind of pull like the modding scene did and give you an option between the Dreamcast look and the GameCube look at that point?
Or be like do you be able to switch to like Dreamcast graphics or something like that?
Yeah, because I know a lot of Sonic Adventure fans prefer the look of the Dreamcast version just because a lot of things didn't transfer well with the DX graphics. The textures didn't look as good and the models were a little weirder in some cutscenes.
And especially the HD versions. Ugh.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, let's give it a good coat of plastic.
I like plastic.
But Mom, I like my plastic Sonic.
I think one of my favorite shots I could show someone is like, here's why the HD version compared to even GameCube does not look nearly as good. The shot where Eggman is staring down at Sonic after the first Chaos fight, he literally looks like a McDonald's toy in the HD version. Like, share that to someone like, yeah, look at this. Now look at the same picture from GameCube. See a difference?
Whoa, what? Excuse me.
Yeah, I got flung off the side. Great loop.
Awesome scripted event. I like it very much.
I'm definitely not getting an A now, because I have 970 points.
Well,
And this is why I don't care for rankings in this one, because we don't really need them.
but Lester, how are you gonna able to unlock super hard mode?
It's called put in my memory card that hasn't unlocked.
It's called I'm not dealing with that.
But Lester, that's not authentic. Whoa, 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 whoa!
The game
You went literally like 99 million miles an hour there.
Went too fast, clipped through everything. Lucky I didn't clip through the floor next.
Gosh, Lester.
the game's trying to tell you, Matthew, not to question things now.
I'm gonna build up my Team Blast by exploiting a glitch.
I mean, you see why. We got a golden robot here that has a shield. Things don't have more health, but they also are annoying to fight with those giant metal shields. So I hope you like to hear Annihilate. This is faster.
Oh my god.
I know. Oh my gosh. Omega.exe stopped working.
Would you like to reboot? Send error report, please.
Because I don't even know what happened.
It's just
Oh.
it just should.
I am surprised after all that weird crap that happened in the end, I still got a B. How'd I get a B? Should have at least got a C.
But you know, it's funny because it's like the Omega E1. Oh well, what is this number? E1.
I think it's E123.
E123 Omega has stopped working. E.exe does stopped working. Would you like to reboot? It says reboot or annihilate.
Omega, attack them!
Eggman's robots must be eliminated.
Did you say Eggman robot?
Eggman's robots.
Okay,
Yeah, actually, it's grammatically correct.
structured correctly, unlike Tails.
Yeah, the rocket science little kid can't get grammar right. He knows how to build rockets, not how to talk. Also, that's cheap.
Yeah, that was kind of cheap.
I got hit in the air from the guy spawning. I know I was trying to skip a section, but that's still stupid.
Annihil charge, annihil charge, annihil charge. Omega's got the most repeatable lines in this team.
Because every time you throw a punch, he has to say something. It's not like other characters where they make more grunts that sound like words. No, he actually says words.
There's that black frog again.
It's that blue hedgehog again, of all places.
I mean, give it a minute. He's at the end of this level.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Doesn't look like we'll be able to move on.
You know, have you ever thought that that was kind of fitting that Team Sonic and Team Dark are fighting in a forest?
Yeah, I mean, they probably did that on purpose for this reason. Because it is reminiscent to the first battle Sonic and Shadow had in SA2. I think one of my favorite things about that fight is still if you play in the HD version in particular, because they made it widescreen, but they don't account for how they handle characters going off screen back in the day, because in a 4x3 game, when you see a character go off screen, it's cropped off in such a way where they can keep the model in the game loaded, but it's just off screen. So in the HD version, you see Shadow run away after the fight for Green Forest, be it like Sonic's perspective, to start his level. But he's sitting in the corner because that was hidden with the 4x3 aspect ratio back in the day. You stretch it out to 16:9, you render more of it out, and you see Shadow just kind of sitting there for a second after he runs away.
Oh
You
my
needed
god!
to take a break, man.
So many games do that with the 16:9 transformation. It's hilarious.
Well, 16:9 back then was like non-existent.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you take a game that originally ran in 4x3 and it did not translate well if it's in-game model cutscenes.
God.
Another one of my favorites is, this is only something you can access if you like modify some game files with a mod in SA2, but the one cutscene when Tails is showing off his fake emerald on the Space Colony Arc, when both Sonic and Tails are walking away and Amy's like, "You're gonna leave me all alone?" You can see both Sonic and Tails off screen still if you take away the black borders. And Tails is walking in place indefinitely. It's so good. Again, you actually don't see it even in the HD version. Unless you like mod the PC version to take away the black bars, because they randomly added black bars into a lot of the cutscenes in the HD version. And like one cutscene I've seen so far, it makes sense of why they did it. The cutscene I just talked about. The rest of them, on the other hand, I don't know why they're here. It didn't change anything to get rid of the bars.
Oh my goodness. Don't you just love HD remakes of games sometimes?
Oh, yeah. It always introduces weird things when these games were not meant to be in widescreen.
Well, another one that kind of didn't translate, like, looking back, like, look, Crash Insane Trilogy is a really good remake of the first 3 Crash games. But I will say one thing, his hitbox is really freaking wonky.
Yeah, that unfortunately didn't translate well with the new model.
That didn't translate well either. And because of that, it made the game, I feel like, a lot harder than it was before.
Yeah. Well, there's also, like, weird things, too. They didn't exist in the original for that reason. Like, I think certain Nitrox, TNTs, and such in, like, the jet ski levels, for example, some you could just flat out, like, drive through in Insane Trilogy because of how weird the hitbox is.
Perfect. As usual.
But like I said, don't get me wrong, they're really good remakes. It's just there's some things you notice after a while when you play them.
Yeah.
You're just like, yeah, like especially with Crash's like hitbox, he can slide right off of platforms because the way his hitbox is.
Wonder what the big red
Yeah, that also doesn't help either. When you're just
will end up getting.
all of a sudden just sitting there, not moving, and he just falls off of nothing.
Yeah.
Talk about being stubborn and full of surprises.
I like how Knuckles is like, hey, is that? And Tails is like, Sonic's like, no, that's Shadow.
Tails, I'm right here.
Sensors locked on Eggman.
Don't get me wrong, that Shadow's been mistaken for me plenty of times.
We have a date with
I went to jail because of him. I know how this feels.
It'll be a date to die for. Hey, that's my line.
First time you've seen each other in a couple years, and be like, hey bro, how you doing? Now it's like, oh, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
Not the best way to
I mean, that's how they first met, too.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, in the first encounter, it kind of makes sense because, you know, you steal an emerald in my name and you send me to jail. Yeah, I'm gonna want to beat you up, too.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be happy to see your ass again.
Get out of my face.
This arena is a little more awkward to fight on compared to the one in Grand Metropolis, just because of these boxes.
Why boxes? Why put boxes there?
Yeah, that's how they make the fight more difficult.
Boxes?
Who needs boxes?
I mean, Box Boy does. That's in his name. Without boxes, he will not survive.